In August, a representative in the Ministry of Works promised that work on the St. George's Abattoir would commence in September. To date, no work was done. Minister of Youth and Sports, the Honorable Roland Bhola, says the refurbishment is under consideration. However, he cannot give a date for the actual commencement.
I cannot give you a date for refurbishment of the building, the abattoir in St. George's. What I can tell you is that I know it is something that is under consideration. There has been a lot of lengthy discussions about it. It's a building that is an ISO. It's in a dilapidated state. The Ministry of Works, and I know the rep in St. George's has raised that issue several times. It's something under discussion. In terms of the opening of the abattoir, again, the exact date, I can't say now, but it will be pretty soon. There were some little issues, remedial work. You needed to do a rail and other things. That has been completed in the last couple of weeks. So all that needs to happen now is really just to put a date and to plan. Whatever it was that was hindering the opening of the abattoir has been taken care of. That I do know. It's a matter of just putting a date together, and once that date comes, we'll be able to do the official opening of it. The training has taken place. The butchers has been trained how to use the equipments and so that are there. So it's really just a date, and I do hope it will be sooner than later.
Mr. Bhola further noted that there are quite a few dilapidated buildings around the town of St. George. He says private owners will be given a time frame to either repair or demolish. Failure to act within the stipulated time will have its own consequences.
The government does not have the funding to repair all of those buildings now. It will be done in a phase basis. Those that are immediate will try to find the funding and do it, and as the years go by, we'll do the others. But also on that same issue, there is a bit of legislation, I think, that needs to be amended. It was discussed at the cabinet level. That speaks to buildings, dilapidated buildings, and so on, what can be done with them. Not just public buildings, but also private buildings. I think there's a bit of legislation with the amendment, and that will go into Parliament soon. When it's amended, it will give the powers, I think it's the Ministry of Health that would have the powers to put a notice on and to find the owners and to say, look, it is not just an ISO, but it's also an issue of safety that building can collapse, it can damage people, and you need to get it down. And if they don't, government then has the power after a certain time span after the notice was given and stuck on the property that they can demolish it themselves.
Dilapidated buildings are not only eyesores, they also cause health and safety concerns. The Ministry of Works has pledged to continue to work towards lessening these hazards. Renee Toussaint for GBN News.